So there was someone in my group who said to me like, "Hey, Jomtor, please can you send me some videos about like content and everything, content marketing?" And I read the message and I was like, "Can I?" And that stuck with me because I just couldn't easily say like, "Okay, I just send you this and watch this." I couldn't just easily say something like this. And I know a lot of other niches and a lot of other objects where this is easy. Like they tell me to, "Hey, can you send me some videos about editing?" And okay, I make editing videos myself, but I can send many, many more people who I know are good and who are worth watching. While on content in general, and this is I asked him like, "What do you mean in content? What kind of content?" And he was like, "Just content in general." And there at that moment I realized there is nobody. Like I could send some videos that are good, and I know people who are good, but I want to create what I consume. I want to create what I would watch myself. And I wanted to send him something more raw and something more um, podcast styley, where they just talk about content and they just love content. And it's not a highly edited video with like um, something to sell right off the bat, and everything is just marketing and all figured out. But I wanted to send him something that he can actually learn from, and I couldn't. And this right here right now is just like a journal to me. It's not like an edited video. It's not like I want to get famous of this, because nobody says that they want to get famous, but everybody wants to get famous, in terms of personal branding in right now. um, because they realize that what power does it have, and they see the results, so they copy what they do. For example, Iman Gadzi is like the biggest content creator guy in the finance niche in terms of making it work and making it very professional and all strategic, and I worked with many creators myself. Um, but I think Iman is the highest level, and people see that and they want to copy that, but they don't understand that this game is not about that. This game is very, very different, and it all comes down to you, and it all comes down to your authenticity. Because I just made a mistake, but if I cut that out, I'm not authentic anymore. Okay, not maybe not like that, but when you create a video and you know what you want to create and you know why you want to create that, and it's not for your brand. It's like I saw a video about 6 money making habits, so I make a 6 money making habits video right now, instead of creating what feels good to you and what you like creating. And you like to create what you like to consume. I found that it's true for most people. Like I love these raw talkative videos, and I had so much hype sitting down and creating this, even though it's 1 a.m. right now, but I'm still ready to talk about it. And it just feels easy, and it comes easy. And to your surprise, it doesn't matter what production do you have in your content. It actually doesn't matter. And I train editors, and I'm an editor, so I speak against myself. But it's not about the editing. It's much more about what you want to convey. What's the message that you have? What do you want to actually create? Like, why do you create this piece of content? And mostly, I work with creators whose businesses are outside of the creating, and they just use content to boost it. Like, so it's not a Mr. Beast type where his content is the main focus. It's like they have a business, but they create content, and that content that they create will 10x their business or 100x their business, or whatever number is cool right now. um, but yeah, it will improve their business, and it will give them so much leverage. And this is why everybody wants a personal brand, but everybody does it the same way. It's like you want to be a writer, but you write the same books. It won't work because it's not authentic to you. It's not you. Like, who are you? This is the real question that you have to ask yourself on creating content like this. because you can, of course, as I said, create six habits and a millionaire, and you say the same thing all over again, and it's just information, information, and people don't stick to that. Maybe you get 100,000 views because your editing was nice, and people couldn't stop watching, but that doesn't stick. Like there are some videos that I watch, and the next 2 days I'm thinking about that, and it's just and I just can't forget about it, and I'm thinking about it, and it connected to me. And when you create something that doesn't have that depth, and you just create it to have like top of funnel, and then I nurture them to my email list, and I do this and do that, it doesn't even matter. Like, why do you do that then? You're just wasting money in terms of, yeah, you bring leads and, oh, I got these results, but what's the point? Like, at the end of the day, what's the point if you don't create something that you actually enjoy and love? And that is the good. If you don't love it, don't enjoy, but you make money, it's still a good thing, yes. But if you're struggling with content and you don't seem to find the motivation, you don't seem to find the enjoyment, and you don't seem to find, like, it doesn't even work for you, and maybe you don't even have money, but you have to hire editors because you know you have to hire editors, then throw the bullshit out of the window. Like, it doesn't matter what you do and how you do. It has to be authentic to you. You don't have to hire the best editors. You have to have good videos. Videos are still about the topic and what's said inside of it. It's much more depth. And of course, in our niche, when you are talking about content as a help for business and for personal branding, and when you want to be a household name in an industry, so maybe you are like creating football videos and you want to be a household name, you can't copy what everybody else is doing because you will just become another one of them, and people won't stick to you because you are the same as everybody else. But if you have something that just comes from you, maybe you make the same videos that the other guy, but you are more funny, or you are funny and that the other guy is not, or maybe you make completely different videos. That's my best. That is the best thing. When I wake up and I look at YouTube and I see a video that is like in a niche and it's completely different that everybody has, I know it will be a good channel because they aren't afraid to take the step that most people are. And it doesn't seem logical from a business standpoint, and I understand this. For like a business owner, it's hard to say that Iman Gazzi's videos work, but let's make something very different. Business doesn't work this way really, because when in business you think about like what are your competitors doing, how can we make that better, and how can we make that uh, uh, more appealing. But what if you just take a full other turn, like you innovate something? And I know business is not about innovating because it's about making something a little bit better than it was. But where is the innovation? Where is the whole big goal in terms of I want to create something that has never been done before? And it's hard to do something that has never been done before if you do it the old fashioned way, where you don't have you in it, where you're not authentic. Because if you're not authentic, then you are just like everybody else, and you create content like everybody else. So you are just somebody who, you have a 5 habit video, somebody just clicks it, watches, okay, I see that the first habit is this, second this, third this, fourth this, fifth this, okay, next video. And it's, you're just gone. It's like short form content. You're just gone. But if you have actual depth and you have yourself in it, then you can innovate easily. Okay, maybe not easily, but it becomes a much more easier game because you don't consume, you don't watch the trends, you don't care about the trends. Of course, if there are big trends, you will hear about it, but you just make your own path. And it's quite harder, but this is the way, because Iman Gadzhi was the first to do what he does. And Sam Sulek, the guy who is so big and just creating raw videos, that's the first thing. And many people are creating raw videos now. You're like, okay, this is what I'm doing right now as well, but they're not interesting. And this is a topic on itself. But they say that Sam is just creating videos and he doesn't care about editing, but he also hooks people. Like he still hooks people. And maybe he's not hooking people with like an amazing intro, an amazing hook. They just he's just a big guy, and like Hulk, an insane guy. You get hooked. You look at him and it's like, who is this? What is he doing? So it's instantly hooking you in, and you don't have that. You don't have that. So if you create the same videos that he does, he will do better because he's better in some way. But maybe if you are the best at something else, or you have a something that is just authentic to you. Like, do you have ever had like a experience where in class or your mates, like somebody says a joke but nobody laugh, but if somebody else says the same joke, everybody is laughing. Everybody is laughing. Why is that? I believe that it can be about authenticity, because it feels bad. This joke feels bad for the first person who said it, where nobody has laughed. It just doesn't feel like a joke to them. But the second person feels much more like that joke. And this is why people laugh. And this is why I believe that creating content and content marketing is very important, because videos are insane. But it's just more about authenticity and how you build out yourself, and what are you actually enjoying, and what you are creating, and what you are consuming. And you can maybe tie back like, okay, what am I consuming right now? What is the biggest thing that I'm consuming right now? Should I make something like that? How can I make something like that? And if you are watching Imangazi, then go ahead, create Imangazi type of videos. But where is you in that? Where are you in that? Who is the person who is recording this video? Why am I here? Like, am I just a soulless, like, I have a lot of money, so I hire a script writer, they write the script for me, and then I sit down and just record the video, and I send it to an editor cuts it, and then I have a thumbnail designer who does the thumbnails, and I upload the video, and I actually had like 10% in it, because I had a script writer, I have the editor, I had thumbnail designer, and all I had to do is just sit down and just read the script from teleprompter. Like, where is authenticity in that? How can a little kid in, I don't know, Europe, who is a scriptwriter, tell you instead of you what you want to say? How can you hire somebody who speaks for you when you are creating your high personal brand, and somebody else is speaking for you? You don't even say your own thoughts for your own personal brand. How is that gonna work? It's not gonna work, because it's not you. It's simply just not you. There is no personal brand without person, like personal brand, you know? So you have to have a person. You have to have your own personality in it. And this is the hardest part as well, and the easiest part as well, because you are yourself. But you still have to find yourself, like, what am I actually? What is the value that I can provide? And no, I made $40 million is not enough, because many people did that. And I'm not saying that in a way that that's not enough, in that like, oh, you are shit. No. I just had many meetings with many business owners who wanted to create many personal brands, and I asked them like, okay, let's create a personal brand, but why are you different? And they were like, oh, I got rich and I sold my company at 22, and since then I've been traveling around the world, and I had many crazy experiences. And I'm like, okay, I heard that like yesterday and the day before, because everybody tells me that. It's not going to make you different in today's world. And that's the sad reality, that you see so big stuff, so many times on the internet, especially on Money Twitter, that it seems like a basic thing. Like, I see kids buying Lamborghinis every single day on the internet, and that's not okay, because 10K a month is like, seems like it's not enough. Seems like it's not good. It seems like it's a good beginner's number. What do you mean 10K is a good beginner's number? And I feel like that people have this agenda where they like have to keep their guard up, and they have to have his they brand and they like, yeah, 10K is instantly bad, and I make that one in 1 hour. And I'm like, yeah, okay, who the fuck cares? You have your guard up because you want to seem like a cool kid on Twitter. But you have to appreciate where you came from and how you got there. I believe that 2K, making 2K a month, making 1K a month, making 3K a month is good. Is especially from the internet. It's like very hard, and to imagine like 10 years ago you were making money in the internet, and now you're making 3K from the internet, and you can do this anywhere. It's like insane. But you don't feel like it's insane because you see Lamborghinis every single day on the internet, and kids taking screenshots of their $200,000 Shopify stores, and they are just fulfilling every order, and they are making millions every single day, and you're like, fuck, I'm not good enough. And in a way, that's good, but that makes you not appreciate what value does in the internet bring to you, and what have you achieved so far. And I'm all I'm all next to all these setting goals and shooting high, and never being satisfied. But there is still a level where you have to think about like what is actually happening. And if you look from outside, because you aren't in the community, but if you look from your friend's perspective, or not in this money Twitter online business community, and it's crazy. Like I made a lot of money on the internet. It's not a lie. It's and it's not a secret, especially in my own country where I live right now. It's for a kid in high school when I started out and I made my money. I never had to work like a student job, and everybody else was working student jobs so they can uh, go on the summer and spend their money on like a festival. And I was there, and I didn't have to do that. I could do that from online, and that's insane. And the feeling that you are like working right now, and next day you go meet with your friends, and maybe let's say I edited the video last night and I sent it, and the other day I go meet with my friends, and the client says that this is a good video, okay, let's get you paid, and you're like out with your friends talking, having fun, and somebody pays you like 500 euros from nothing. And that feeling is so good because yes, you worked for that money, but it still feels like it's like you are not working and you just made some money. You just got paid. And yes, you worked for it. You traded your hours for the money. But still it feels so amazing. And this is the feeling that will get you hooked and will get you to think about it. 5K is not good enough, 10K is not good enough, 15K is not good enough. And when you reach a level, you see above, still see above. And when you have the Lamborghini and you got to that level, you will start to flex. You will become the big boy and you will start to flex. So the guys under you will see that and will get motivated and will start work to insanely, and they are not happy with themselves, because motivation is almost every time positive, but there are negative things about it, because if if they get motivated from you posting a Lamborghini, they don't appreciate what they have right now. And of course these are still like unordinary things, because if you think about it and you have like a logical mind, you know what is going on in this world, like you already know. But if you ever thought about that this way, then clear your mind, because even if you're watching this video right now and it's my own journal, it's not just getting my thoughts out, but it's just insane what is going on right now, and the opportunity that we have, and something great will come from this. This is like a adoption of a new thing. Like this is right now, people like your parents aren't really understand. Nobody really understands what you do, and they ask what you do, and you say like, I'm creating videos for people and I'm editing videos, and they're like, oh, I know what that means. I know what editing a video means, but I don't really understand how you get paid from that. And this is the point where we are right now, and the next generation will have a much different thing, and I believe that online work will be like a normal thing, and a lot of people will work online and remotely and freelancers and everything like that, and then maybe the competition will get harder and harder and harder. But right now it's still insanely hard. It's We are still an insane competition, but it's still early. It's like you can still take from the real world and put it on your own online business. Like you can check out how people sell bikes, and then you can use that knowledge to innovate your own online business to sell the bikes in the same way. And that's right now as a big, big, big power, because if there were online shops and they were working this way, there's still a lot of room for innovation and improvement, and there will be, of course. But right now, really anybody can make it, and I haven't made it. I'm not at that level yet, but I feel like anybody can make it if they put their mind to it, and if they put their um, like they actually want it. And again, this is different thing from person to person, because somebody has to work a lot and somebody else is so good in front of the camera and so interesting that he records one video and it goes viral and their lives change in 2 months, and you have been grinding for 2 years but nothing is happening. So it's a hard game. Especially logging onto Twitter and seeing somebody else started a month ago and already making 5K a month. And you're like, what the fuck? I've been working for 6 months. But we are still on our own timeline, and they might sell their soul to the work, and they might just work, 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 work. But is your life about that? Is your life actually about that? Because we need those people who just work. Like, my camera right now is on a book of Elon Musk. Like, it's a book about Elon Musk, and we need Elon Musk to innovate, to get better. But I wouldn't become Elon Musk myself. It's insanely good to be uh like have that reputation of Elon Musk, not in the social way but in the innovations way. And that's insane. But if you lived his life, it's probably not a very good life in terms of like um being happy. And but we need these people to advance in our civilization. We need those people so they can innovate and we can get better, and we can get better slowly, just slowly. And there was a need for those people always. Like if you think about, I'm recording this on this video, but who the fuck made the microphone? Like actually, who the fuck made the microphone? And the microphone is actually a big thing, kind of a big thing. Who the fuck realized that we need pop filters? I don't know, but it had to be made so we can advance. And that's the beauty of everything. That's the beauty of creating something that you actually are authentic about and that you are actually love, and not just creating based on hot topics and based on metas and copying what other successful YouTubers had, because they had the success. You won't have the same success. You might have a little bit, but not the same. If you want to have the same success, you have to create the same innovation that they did, same level of innovation. So that's it for today's talk show. Hopefully it was fun, and it was fun for me just letting some thoughts out, instead of writing it down, it's just talking about it and maybe cutting out a video from it or just uploading a raw video so people listen to it or watch it, because I quite enjoy now listening to videos of this raw talk. It feels like we are talking. Thank you guys.